Hello, it's quite blowy out here, so I hope you can hear me okay. This morning it was bright but very drizzly and rainy and very windy, and I came out and potted for a little while. But actually, even though it was drizzling and even though it was blowy, it was warm enough to get quite a lot done, which I'm really pleased about. But first of all, I want to show you this rose. So this little one I've shown you a couple of times before, but I'm so pleased with it. It's absolutely wonderful. You can see it from the kitchen and it just catches my eye all the time. I love it. Anyway, so I thought I would show you some of the things that I've managed to get done out here this morning, because I'm just so pleased to have got loads of little jobs done, things that I've been promising myself I would do, hadn't got around to, and so it's really nice. Just, you know, when you do all those lots of little bits and pieces, but they all add up very quickly and make a big difference. So these two beds behind me, this one has got beans and beetroot in it, and this one has got the mange too and some beetroot in it. I had quite a lot of gaps. So I've now planted this up with some beetroot that I've grown in modules in the greenhouse. I've got about 20 little plants in there, and then in the other bed I've managed to get a few plants in here as well. I'm out by the Greek Gigantes beans, where I've also planted a couple of squashes, two to go up and over that netting archway that the wire archway that we've put up, and two that are draping along the floor. Well, ones that were draping along the floor, the slugs and snails got to, and they've started eating the fruits, which obviously I don't want to happen. So this morning I've brought over a couple of old pallets, and these really are on their last legs now. They're really starting to fall apart. But I've brought them over, I've propped them together, and then I've tied them with cable ties to stop the likes of this snail, ducks, to stop the likes of snails and slugs getting to the fruits so easily. So they can go up and over and then carry on further down the garden. But the nice bit is, of course, it's going to lift them off the floor and make them maybe less obvious to slugs and snails. I've also been joined by Monty. Hello, boy. Hello, lovely. How are you doing? Oh, you're just going to sit down there, are you? And here is the other end of that wire arch I was talking about for the squashes, and hooray, I finally fixed it to the uprights. So 2 or 3 weeks ago we banged in some vertical posts for the netting to come over, and hooray, I've just used cable ties, nothing more than that, fancy than that. I think that will do. So I fixed that in all the way around, but this piece of netting was too long just to reach the ground, so what I've done is I've folded it back up, so lower down here it's a double layer of netting, but I think that's fine. And it feels quite sturdy. We don't want it to be completely rigid. This is a really windy site, so when the wind comes across, this needs to be able to flex and move with the wind just a little bit. Hopefully not so much it'll end up on the floor, but I'm quite confident I might have to eat my words come October or September, October, when the winds really pick up. But at the moment, I'm quite confident that this will do splendidly. I've filled in all the gaps in this bed with corn. I've got a cat. Thank you, darling. That was not terribly helpful. So I've taken some of the onions out that were ready to harvest, which left some spaces. So I've got lots of corn in. Now I've still got about 15 to 20 corn plants left to go in, and I haven't yet worked out where I'm going to put them. So that's a decision that I'm going to have to make fairly soon, because it really does need to get into the ground. The corn that I planted in here a couple of weeks ago is doing really well. It's looking really good. So I think it likes this bed. I'm really happy with that. So there's this bed that will have corn in it, and then this one behind me that has got squashes in it as well. So that's got squashes and corn. This will all be corn. So really I could just do with another bed really quite close, that can also have a bit more corn in it, because it's not great, it's in long rows. It does really need to be planted in a block, because it's wind pollinated, which for us means that everything from there backwards gets pollinated really well, because the wind very definitely blows in this one direction for most of the summer. Well, that's it for me today. I'm heading back inside, make a cup of tea, make some lunch for Mr. J, and then put my feet up. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's going to be a good one. And I also hope you'll join me again tomorrow.